Okay, hey guys, Takeout of Doom back here for episode 3 of Subnautica's the prototype expansion, phase gate update, playthrough / guide, episode 3. So we came back from the reactor facility. I spent some time, adding some lockers to my room in the prototype sub, and doing a bit of crafting to get ready to do the upgrades. So when you come back from the facility, the ion reactor facility, you see this image, click it, and it is now uploading or downloading whatever schematics you got from the ion reactor facility into the prototype to update it. Yep. Schematics have been downloaded, database uploaded, and we have these three beautiful buffs. So you have three main things here. Well, you have three things in total here, 3 upgrades. First is the ion generator, one of the most important things in the entire mod. It uses it basically allows you to recharge whatever your current source is. It kind of shuts off the sub to do so, but well worth it, since you don't have to burn through stuff all the time. In fact, I'll just pull this up. Vessel upgrades, here you go. You can just pause and read through these. Essentially, we have boost, power generation, and a passive to cut down on energy costs. So I did some resource gathering. I also moved a bunch of my stuff over from my base. Yeah, added a bunch of locker here, all in one fabricator. Let's get crafting. This is 7 pairs of almanite framework, 4 for each of the fins, and 3 for the power relays, because third power relay requires 1, fourth power relay requires 2 almanite framework. So now, other thing we'll need is polyaniline. I'll just grab all this. And advanced wiring kit, I know that is required. What do I need? I'll just confirm. I have the resources, I just need to confirm which ones I need precisely. The ion tablet for this. Five sulfur. Oh, this one of these needs like 2 gold, I think. So this needs an ion prism, which I have. Ion generator, 5 key sulfur. That's somewhere in here. Five power relays, copper wire. This wire is copper wire. Wiring kit and 2 gold. Right, this is the one that needed 2 gold. 2 gold. 2 copper wires. All right, let's go. Let's see what else is next. First order of business. Overclock protocol. Second, the generator, and finally, hydrodynamic ventilation. Scrooge. I need another wiring kit. Let's see. Wiring kit. Actually, I also am going to do some crafting real quick. So what do I need for this? Lithium, a copper wire, magnetite, and particle transmitters. Okay, you know what? I will just prepare for that right now so I don't have to keep running back and forth. I'll write another 2 gold for that. 2 titanium to lay down some pipe. Get some pipe in here. I'll craft 2 of the blink factors while I'm at it so I don't have to keep going back. Another prototype ion tablet, so that's 2 ion cubes. And then we need 2 magnetite and another polyaniline. Where did I leave that magnetite? There was those. Okay, that should be everything now. hydrodynamic ventilation. Okay, now do we need one more? Okay, I don't. I just need that lithium.
Detected. Timer systems active.
One lithium. I don't need 2 computer chips, do I? Probably don't need any computer chips right now. So I'll put that back. Whatever, I'll put the computer chip back for now, probably don't need it. So, drink some water. Got all 3 of these upgrades. Now let's go and upgrade. Finally get ourselves a pair of fins. Oh, okay. Crushed up now 1,000 meters. Okay, originally it was 1,000, and every fin upgrade gives you 350. So you get up to 2,400. Maybe now it's like 650 base. Now we can finally dock our fins. Version 1.0 required 2 fins to dock. Now we can do it with 1. Also, fins can be scanned. Right. Entry for those who want to pause and read. Go right ahead. But now, just drive up between the fins and dock. So, to undock and exit your vehicles, you have to go into abilities, click on this, pull this ability, and hit right click. That will undock you into your vehicle. I'll just do it right now. Whoosh. Out. I've been deployed. Get back in here. And also, now you can finally use this floating eyeball. So as you interact with your docked vehicle. This is upgrades. As you can see, I got my depth module, the jump jet upgrade always needed, hull reinforcement Mark II, thanks to the hull reinforcement fix mod. So now my prawn suit actually takes less damage from reapers and other, and actually being attacked. And of course, storage module Mark IV, 64 slots, which you can see with by interacting with the inventory here. Absolutely insane, but this is still weak because Mark V gives 80 slots, and that is truly insane. So actually, let's go back and not here. It was the top right. A new power relay, so we can add one more source. Ah, this is the one that needs the computer chip. Okay, in fact, I'll go get that right now. Here we go. I knew I needed a computer chip for something, and good for that. The alien framework. This is the one advanced wiring kit, and 1 alien framework, and the last power relay will require 2 alien frameworks and a nuclear reactor rod. I have the two frameworks, but I didn't get the nuclear reactor. I didn't get all the nuclear reactor blueprints yet, so I'll have to do that. Oh, cuttlefish egg hatched. Very good. Cool. Now I have up to 5 sources. 2 default power sources and an additional 3. Let's go and craft some factors real quick. Charge some almanite. Let's see. What do I need? Okay, I need another copper wire and the particle transmitter. What does that need? I need another ion tablet. I was going to craft that right now. See, my suit just gave me another almanite. Such a help. Like, that's why you should get the ion dive suit as soon as possible. Now I don't have to spend time going and knifing reapers just to get more almanite. It passively appears. I needed the copper wire. Alright, let's get this done. Always charge almanite, always. Facility detection locator. Artifactor. And particle transmitter. I said before, but the animation, the crafting animations are so cool. Props to Octarion and the guys for doing, and the other mod, and the rest of the mod team for this. The link factor. This is the cool one. So, yeah, you hear that dull foghorn sounding thing. Press P, that's off. That'll trigger anytime you're near any of the modded facilities. So it's good for finding the puzzles or the facilities. And this blink factor, you see that little purple bar? See that little purple bar in the bottom right there? Guess what? If I hold shift on water, I use up that purple bar and zoom forward. However, when it replenishes, it uses up the ion charge meter, as you can see here. Ion charge being that green bar at the bottom right, and you can see it's depleting from my suit, which requires me to eat charged almanite to restore 50% of its charge. So a full bar has taken up roughly 7%. Blink factor is good for evading or just moving around a little bit quicker. And the facility detection factor is good for when you need to look for facilities. Now, look for any modded facilities, especially like the puzzles. Like you find the rough area where a puzzle might be, or a puzzle or a particular facility might be, then you can just listen for the sound, and you know you're in the right vicinity. However, today, I will be taking you to the next facility, specifically the, what's it called? The interceptor facility, because we need the tower for that, to get our next set of fins, and that is the only way to get it. However, I will share with you a very interesting secret, if you will. For those going to when you're going to the interceptor facility, bring as close to nothing as possible. Like, except, like, I wouldn't even bring that. Like, maybe bring like 2 or 3 charged almanite, but beyond that, don't bring anything. Except, like 2 or 3 charged almanite, bring a benzene and a lubricant, because, word of advice, this is the next. There's the next factor you get in there, the biomechanics factor. Well, you get a biomechanics factor in there, and it allows you to gain, every time you eat a charged almanite, you will gain 25 health, 25 hunger, and 25 water, in addition to the ion charge. So it allows you to partially partially or almost entirely subsist off of charged almanite. Although I'd recommend just bringing some water so you don't have to keep eating it so often. So just charged almanite and some water. You don't need food anymore. And part of the reason I recommend you don't bring anything is because you will get, there's bulbo trees and lantern trees with plenty of lantern fruit on site. So you don't need to worry about food or water. So obviously I'm not going to take my sub there just yet. I personally do not take my sub out until I get 3 fins. But I will tell you, the warp facility is in the bulb zone. The bulb zone's entrance to the Lost River, sorry. So it's gonna take me a little bit to get there. I'll pause and cut when I'm near the Lost River's entrance. Okay guys, we're here. This should be the bulb zone's Lost River entrance. I should already mark that as like orange. Or just light blue, that's fine. Yep, this appears to be it. Now, unless my game is bugged and I need to relog, going into the Lost River, we should see the warp facility. If not, if it hasn't rendered in, then all we'll see is just an empty hole. Like this. Okay everyone, take notes. This is what happens when you have when your game is broken and the warp facility has not reloaded in. You see an empty hole full of bluish white speckles on the sky. Kind of looks like stars in the sky, even though it's just bluish white speckles on the roof. When that happens, close, quit, and reload your game. Preferably save, but I just saved while I was up there. Or if your game isn't saving like this, simply close the game and then relog. I'll just pause and come back once my game has been restarted. Hey guys, I'm back.
Warning, detecting dark energy readings ahead. Proceed with caution.
Okay, so it seems that because I had to close the game, OBS ended the previous recording when I merely just tried to pause it. This is what you should actually see. The warp energy facility with a broken dark matter core. That's leaking dark energy. This is what you should actually see. Now. I don't know, I might just post it as like a part 1 and 2, or I'll just see if I can figure out a way to combine them both into a single video. That is something I will have to figure out. But first, yeah, as you can hear, this is definitely a facility, so my factor was just toggling like crazy. First order of business, scan the warp core, just because I prefer doing this. Now, second order of business. There you go. You can. Anyone who wants to can pause and read. More importantly, get hit by one of those dark energy blasts so we can get teleported. Before there was like a terminal you'd click. Now they've made it somewhat intuitive. Welcome to Warp Island. There's virtually limitless lantern fruit and some bulbo trees nearby as well. Your goal here, get the interceptor tablet and get out. As well as get the interceptor tablet, get your upgrades, and leave. Preferably alive. Okay, hey guys, Take Out of Doom here. This is, well, I would say post-editing Take Out of Doom, but I don't actually edit my videos. But either way, I realized that I should say post-upload Take Out of Doom, I realized that the footage, I completely lost the footage of the Warp Island because my OBS crashed or whatever. Either way, the recording was paused. For some reason, well, the recording had stopped for some reason, I didn't even realize it, so I completely missed the Warp Island footage. So, using the Arcway Override feature, I shall go back to the island and roughly show you what that was supposed to look like. Isn't it completely cool? Now, obviously I won't be saving this part of the journey, so this is just supposed to be like a reenactment. So when I reviewed the footage, what was visible was me spawning into a small chamber, like somewhere down here. No. Either way, yeah, I basically spawned into a corner of this island. Let's see. Maybe somewhere down here. Yeah, or whatever. I don't know, maybe somewhere down here, or whatever. So the idea is that you'd go around. Once you got here, you'd go around, pick up all the lithium, shell outcrops, gather loot, especially lithium. This place was there's lots of lithium here. You'd come up and see that. Well, okay, well I fell off unintentionally. You could jump down on rivers. That arcway would be empty. There's this dark matter stabilizer you could scan, or you could pick one up. Surprise, all the stuff reloaded or something. Scan it, pick it up, free dark matter stabilizer. Then you would actually have to enter the this would open up showing you need the interceptor tablet to activate this archway.
30 seconds until Iceberg
There's this loot here. There exactly was this. 1 charge almanite, 2 iron crystal matrices. You click this, get your emergency warp feature.
What are you?
Ignore the big lady on screen. Come down over here. There's copper ore to pick up if you want. 2 ion cubes. Plenty of lantern fruit and some bulbo trees as well if you get hungry or thirsty. You come over here. Up in this northwest corner. This is where you get the biomechanics factor. And if you had, and the key thing is that if you had benzene and lubricant on you, which I recommended you bring, let's see, where is it? Here it is. This requires benzene and lubricant, and I'd already mentioned that if you had benzene and lubricant on you, along with like a single charged almanite, you could craft this factor on the spot, which is the great part. Craft this factor on the spot, start eating charged almanite to supplement your diet. As odd as it may sound. Okay, so you go up here. Go back to this part. Work your way upwards towards that catwalk. Or whatever this walkway, sorry. Would be more accurate way of saying it, not catwalk. Make your way up to this walkway. Walk across, continue collecting your lithium, but leave some space. Do not jump into that archway. Last time I tried that, I'd like to say I got soft locked. But more importantly, you need to collect this magnetite. Actually, you know what? I'll just go back and finish my point. Don't jump out of that archway. You can't, there's nowhere to stand there, so you just slide off, then get stuck on one of those corners. This corner or that corner. And you can't fall off, can't move anything. The developers, when you initially do your run here, the developers disabled save on the island, so you couldn't actually save once you arrived. So you'd just be stuck there and forced to close and restart your game. So you collect your magnetite, come up here, this is where you get your archway override, then you charge almanite, you go craft your interceptor tablet, jump down, oh look, free goodie, then you go, put in the tablet on the other side of the portal, and jump back in. Okay, now it brings you back. Originally, you'd get like a 2-second, like a 5-second jump scare of being put in the void. That's about it. Yeah, that's what happened on the Interceptor Island. I have to say, you really didn't miss much. Also, I forget if I just said it, but simply put, originally this once you enter a Warp Island portal, it will take you to the void for like 5 seconds, somewhere below Sea Treader's path, just to scare you. Then will put you back at the now broken warp core, down by the Bulb Zone Lost River entrance. You make your way back. So since I'm probably going to try to splice this footage into the as a replacement for the lost video, what I said was, now I'll take you to the bearings / navigation puzzle, which is somewhere north of the warp facility. Okay, did I say north? Did I say north? I meant south. We're here. Spot 12. Dan Beasley.
Integrating new PDA data.
And the second puzzle's right here. There it is. And I can't take the vehicle inside, so I'll leave it here. Grab some rubies, because you always need rubies. And make my way inside. Mesmer egg. Might as well. And we're here. It's a free defense tablet, which is why I said you only need to craft 2 in this mod, because 2 are given to you for free. And this is the bearing puzzle.
Detecting non-Euclidean patterns in nearby architecture, your ability to navigate this space may be impaired.
Biomechanics factor is amazing. So, it's simple. The numbers puzzle taught you directions. This will teach you numbers puzzle will taught you numbers. This teaches you directions. North to south, east to west. You also get the tether factor here, which is amazing. So, this is the puzzle. You have your directions here. You have to match the symbol to each direction. So, go that. So you can kind of notice it's similar to the numerical system. Kind of use their numerical. They use the fact that their numbers are symmetrical. Let's see. Here it is. See, it's all symmetrical, so it can be kind of used for directions here. Split into east and west based on the right and left halves. So this is east. I think it's actually using the old symbols. And this would be southwest. As you can see, this southwest symbol to that big round swivel. There we go. Woo! Easy answer.
For your convenience, this PDA has compiled a sheet of alien directional bearings for future reference.
Here we go. Screenshot this if you need to. In fact, I'll probably just do that right now, just in case. So, now you will get the other blueprint here, the phase gate constructor. This isn't really going to be, this isn't really used for anything story-wise. It just allows you to build a big fancy phase gate that I've never actually used. Just scroll through these real quick. So, well, yep, that's the bearing puzzle. That's literally it. Now go home. What was the blueprint for that tether factor? Because the tether factor allows you to actually teleport. It allows you to either leave a mark, a temporary mark, and teleport to that within a short range, or you can teleport directly back to the sub, no matter where it is. Okay, so if I actually had a beacon on me, I could have crafted that on the spot and just gone back home. Although I probably would have had to leave my prawn suit behind. So maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, not much else to say. I'll reconvene. Well, I'll go back to you when I'll get back to you when I'm finally back at the QEP. So, just happened to find this on my way out. Sea crown seeds, or sea crown plants, 2 of them, right outside this trial chamber. That's cool. Maybe take a sample in advance. Or don't, it doesn't really matter. Most of these are still in the Sea Emperor's prison anyway. Anyway, just a quick interruption. I'll cut back to when I'm at the when I'm back at the quarantine enforcement platform. Okay, guys, we're back at the QEP. I took a bit of a detour for an extended mining trip to come back well stocked.
Detected. Primary systems active.
Simply put, I have a lot of stuff again. I also looted a record along the way. Now, first order of business, I actually, on my way back, I also scanned the nuclear reactor fragments at that wreck behind the mountains. So I can also make the nuclear reactor rod. And as I mentioned, let's see, what do you need for that? You need a nuclear reactor rod for the last power relay. So I'd say now is a good time to get it. So, gold and silver. Titanium. How much titanium do I need? One? One lead, one titanium, one glass, and the 3 granite crystals, which I had prepared a long time ago. Let's get it ready. Oh wait, I just stored the lead. Whoops. One reactor rod. Now combine that with these two, that should be my last power relay. Now, let's quickly check the blueprints we have. We need that interceptor tablet, which is just magnetite, not too hard. What's harder is this. Arcway override. I'm gonna need a power cell, a computer chip, a wiring kit, and ooh, ghostweed seed. I should have brought that on my way back. Okay. I'll just get my materials organized first and go grab that ghostweed seed. Actually, before I do, let's just check to see what the other thing was. Emergency warp. This needs, I have an iron prism, advanced wiring kit, and 3 copper wire. I need to make an advanced wiring kit. Alright, I'll go get that ghostweed seed, and also gather, I'll keep the quartz in here then. I'll get the ghostweed seed and gather get that stuff for an advanced copper wire, and I'll get right back to y'all. Alright, we're back. Docking in. I have both the advanced wiring kit and the ghostweed seed. So now I just need 3 copper wires, of which I have 1. I should have the copper for the rest. And assuming there's nothing else, the computer chip and wiring kit, right. guys, let's go and get this done. Oh, the one thing I did want to mention is... Alright, let's go download the blueprints, and while that's running, I want to mention this dark energy stabilizer. It auto-equipped. It can equip into your item slot, like the compass and the scanner room HUD chip. It basically equip onto your chip slot, and this prevents warpers from teleporting you, which is cool. Definitely cool, but not quite but not exactly all that useful, considering I rarely run into trouble with them anyway. Most of the time they're the ones running from me, not the other way around. Right, and what I need for the fins is okay, I am out of inventory space, so I'll just quickly get the other upgrades first. If I recall correctly, here we go. Power relays, and I have max 6L power. Arcway override. And emergency warp, the oh shit panic button, in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. Oh, in case you're wondering what that did. That did this. You see these two buttons now? I click it, it opens a map of every activated arcway I have on the map currently. Right now, that is only the one at the ion reactor plant, and really, that's about it. I haven't opened any of the other arcways in the game, but if you have any opened arcway, like the one in the, be it in the modded or the base facilities, like the thermal plant, or the primary containment facility, like if you open the one in the thermal plant that leads up to the QEP, you can it'll directly hijack the connection for 2 minutes, which is great. One of the best ways to get home. So once you reach the thermal plant and you open that portal up to the quarantine enforcement platform, you can just open the portal up to this side from your sub, come back over, and then summon your sub back home, wherever it is, wherever you are. Makes getting home a lot easier. Right, I was supposed to... Got distracted, I was supposed to here for magnetite. For magnetite, and then... using one of the two defense... Actually... Yeah, use one of the two defense tablets for the fins. Simply put, you only need 4 defense tablets in the entire mod, and you're given 2 of them. One was given in the defense facility from the ion reactor arcway. The other was given in that bearing puzzle, or right outside that bearing puzzle. Actually, now that you think about it, you only need to craft 1. No, you need to craft 2. So out of 5 uses total, you only need to craft 2 of them. 3 are given to you. There's 1 defense tablet waiting for you right outside the facility, and another. So there's 1. You need 2 defense tablets for the facility, one of which is given to you. You also need, if you want to gain a quote-unquote secret at admin, you need a tablet there. Let me just count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, that's off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, that should be enough to craft another ion prism. Just try to get my sub fully loaded up. Yeah, okay. No, I'll be 1 short unless my suit gives me another almanite, like right now. That's fine, though. Oh. Bang on schedule. So let's first get that tablet going. Yeah, I'm sorry, I really don't have much to say right now. It's just gonna be some quiet crafting. Just quickly eat 2 and recharge them again. Well, I'll just finish my crafting and get back to you when I'm going to do the upgrade itself. Alright, we're back. So... Oh, and I like how it shows the number of fins you have on your schematic too. It's super cool. Interceptor, defense tablet. Boom. 1,800 meters. I could take this thing all the way down to the quarantine primary containment facility. Yes, that.
Armor systems active.
And let's show how we load it. These are the sources. You can install or uninstall them. See? It comes, your sub comes preloaded with an ion cube. I already replaced that. This is the reactor. You can click, and you get this awesome animation. And that's been loaded. So it goes from left to right, front to back. So this is the one that's currently being used. Then this is the first. This is that first backup, second, third, fourth, fifth backup. However, you'll only see the first 5 sources reflected on your HUD here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You won't see the 6th. So as you can notice, and since I promised a redo of the sub UI from episode 1 because the music was too loud, audio was too loud, I'll do it now. This is your sub. These are the number of sources you have installed. The symbol will change based on what you have installed. I only use Prism, so that's that. If you have ion cubes, matrices, something else, it'll show a different icon for whatever's in that slot. Ability wheel, these are your abilities. Camera, sonar, shoot out a photon beacon if you want to. Flashlights that move where you go. Cameras are just Cyclops cameras. With bright and dim light. Let's see. And periscope, that's that. Nothing special there. This is your sub's health, all good. Of course, these are the number of, you can only have up to 3 abilities active, technically 4, because you can actually, normally to use an ability you would click, and you would just have it you'd have it selected and then right click it. However, technically, you can use the ion overthruster, the boost, you can use it by holding shift as well. So technically, if you have 3 abilities active, you can also hold shift to boost at the same time. Now, also, this is the number of photon beacons you have, and that is your noise level. As soon as many abilities generate noise, especially this ion generator. Many abilities generate noise, so be careful, that noise will attract hostile mobs, especially Leviathans. Now, this symbol right here at the bottom is the ion generator, and this is awesome. So I had some batteries charging off this thing, and as you can see, that actually drained power from my current source. So the bottommost one is the source that you are currently using, the energy source. There are 10 dots here. Each dot is roughly 200 power. I have an ion prism, so it's representing the full 2000 power hidden in that prism, and this is how much power is left within this charge. 10 charges, 200 power each, 2000 power total. This is how much is currently left of my current 200 charge. Already down 200, 400, I'm probably I'm down, or I'm probably around 1600 power left. Now, ion generator, if I right click this, the sub will temporarily go offline, but it'll also start to regenerate energy for me. Watch this. It's amazing.
Running power to ion generator.
Look at that speed. That is amazing. This could probably regenerate all the power in my prism before a regular battery charged from 0 to 100. It's amazing. However, do be careful, once you fully use up your source, like it hits 0 energy, it is destroyed. Which is why you have multiple sources. So in a backup, it's best to make sure you have them all, at least matrices, if not all prisms.
Our source replenished. Ion generator.
That way you can burn in an emergency. You can just burn through you can just go through without fearing of burning them all out. And as an added bonus, in this update they made it so the generator will automatically shut off once you reach max power, which is a nice little touch. Now, I haven't really done, given that this is a relatively short episode, it's only been like, what, 40 minutes total? I feel like it would only be right to end this off by showing me going to the power plant, the thermal plant.
Detected.
Actually, let me just make sure my stuff is... Yeah, I might as well go to the thermal plant, open up that portal, and maybe show off the arcway override if we have time, but... This is how you... I'm gonna show you how you... This is how you, deploy your vehicles. Right click, and you're out. Prawn, Seamoth, you're out like this. Anyways, before I go, let me just actually grab another beacon. One thing I did want to craft, but forgot to, was that tether factor. To show off how awesome this tether factor is, and he charged all night, of course. I'll just grab enough for one more beacon. Perfect. Just skip the walking process. We're here. We're here. Here we go. So it only works in the water, but if I hit X, I can place a temporary, I don't know, I think it's a temporary marker, I'm not entirely sure myself. Look. X, tether marker placed. Oh, this is the blink factor. Zoom, and it leaves like these little glowing after images too. Place X. Consume some ion energy, teleports to my spot. Now, the other thing that tether tether factor will do is, if I hit V, okay, I have to be in the water apparently, but if I hit V, and if I hit V twice, like once to do it, once to confirm, it doesn't matter where I am, seemingly, it doesn't matter where I am on the map or whatever, but it'll send me straight back to the prototype. Super handy. And thus far, one of the only ways known to actually get back into your sub if you accidentally lock yourself out. More on that later. It does consume a hefty amount of ion charge though. Now, I'll just go quickly recharge my spent almanite, and I'll get back to you guys once I'm finally in the Lost River. Specifically, the Lost River's inactive lava zone entrance. Hey guys, I went back, grabbed all 3 purple tablets I had, made a stasis rifle, and also something for when my goals and dreams finally come true. And on my way to the inactive lava zone, I came across... Oh, I'm here. where it all began. Ugh, and it's bugged. Okay. Let me just save and reload real quick. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back again. I tried saving and reloading, but it actually just completely broke my game, so I had to close and reopen it. And completely redo my scan, or completely redo my journey all the way back from the QEP.
Linguistic analysis reads, caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within.
Oh, let's grab the goodies. Spinefish. See, I brought all three of the purple tablets we were given. Well, that I could get from from the quarantine enforcement platform and the mountains areas, because there was also one in the caves under the quarantine enforcement platform. Quickly get some scans in.
Data. Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study. Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
And fun fact, in the game's code, when you visit this facility and you do the self-scan, well, when you visit this facility, you do the scan, this triggers the
skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to date bank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
Yep, once the scene triggers, you reach like stage 4 or whatever of the infection in the code. This is when warpers become the most aggressive towards you. You're a severely infected specimen that needs to be contained. Because as anyone who's played Subnautica knows, the infection actually progresses in stages. Stages like 1 and 5 or something are when you're not infected. Like 2 and 3 occur only when you visit certain facilities and aren't that bad. But it's when you reach like the highest level, stage 4 or whatever, when you get that animation, that's when warpers become super aggressive. Anyway, I'll continue on until I'll come back once I reach the inactive love zone. Alright, we're here. The inactive love zone. There's the sea dragon. But I won't be saying hi to him just yet. And yeah. I'll just grab some kyanite first. I'll get back to you when I'm entering the lava castle. Alright guys, quick little mining detours over. Time to get to the top of this. Wait for a second. Go. Pull. Okay, I know it's actually in the southeast corner. Let me see. Yeah, there's like southeast or southwest. I know that's where it faces. quickly grab that. There's the entrance. There we go. Called it, facing the southeast side. Make our way in. Navigating this place is always a headache. Okay, strange. Okay, right. So for the first time in my life, I seem to have stumbled onto the other entrance. I do not recall this being an entrance. Either way, found it. GG. We're here. Oh, we're finally here. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, while you're drilling, you can hit tab, let go. I'm not holding right click anymore. It's now on auto drill, which is nice. Just point it around real quick. Alright. Now we get to finally open the portal back to QEP. And finally, now we can hijack the other end of this port. Every time we need to come home in the prototype, we can just hijack the other end of the portal using Arcway Override. Which is great. Let's just quickly get our blue tablet. Yeah, yeet.
New blueprint acquired.
Come here. To me.
Don't worry, we will.
Integrating new PDA data.
And finally, my hopes and dreams. Exactly the reason I came here. Let's see, scan that, get that, and now let's go get the most important thing. That ion power data.
Primary alien facility location updated. Volcanic area connected to the speed system.
Finally.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Well, now that I've reached this point,
Ion power blueprints from alien data.
I think this would be a wonderful place to call the episode quits. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll continue. I don't know, next episode I might just go back first, recharge, refuel, so to speak. Or I might just continue on from here next episode. Hard to say, really. I'd like to go and craft some ion batteries first to replace my prawn suit thing and pull out the secret weapon I had mentioned. But I'll leave that for later. Yankees, see y'all guys. Goodbye.